Get involved now. Be on the right side of history. Be on the side of good. Wear the white hat. This is your chance to be involved in human history.
You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker.
There's a fucking murderer right down the hall.
We should not submit to dehumanization. I don't know about you, but I'm concerned with what's happening in this world. We're going to stand up and we're going to be human beings. We're going to get fired up about the real things, the things that matter. Creativity and the dynamic human spirit that refuses to submit. Well, that's it. That's all I got to say.
The fact that you're tuned into this transmission, Christ, not whatever you need for. Get ready now, Patriots.
If you want freedom, take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
For me, this is all really old news. Then I got to remember, hey, you got a lot of folks tuning in every day. They didn't know the basis. People ask, like, how did Jones know this? I love how they attribute it to like all these psychic powers and things. No, it's attributed to reading the globalist documents and then watching it all come true later. This is not rocket science, folks. You just got to admit to yourself that it's happening and then say, do I just want to be like concrete it rolls over? Do I just want to be this passive thing that goes along with this? And I really don't think you're that.
And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
Are you going to be ready? Are you going to say no? Are you going to stand up for yourself? That's really the big question. I'm a gorilla. I've got my primitive side, and I get mad at our enemies, and I get hyped up to have the strength to crush them. But you know, I'm transcending that, and so are you, because as long as we've got our eyes on God and justice and love, we will automatically transcend them as Christ did, and our spirits will resurrect above whatever they do to these bodies. And I've seen, just as Martin Luther King talked about, the future and that vision of us together with our children living an incredible, loving future together. And all the attempts that we see to turn us against each other, all this great evil that's unfolding, is only because evil wants to keep us from God and keep us from exercising our deed, our paperwork, our promise, our guarantee. This planet is an egg, it's a seed, and the enemy knows that. But as the energy of Christ is poured into the planet, the enemy is going to try to block that and is going to run around like cockroaches, scared to death. And it can be disgusting. It can be horrible to watch them vomit their poison and spew their lies and engage in all their psychotic behavior. But don't let them get you down with their poison. Don't even let them get to the point of hating them. Forgive them and pray that God can change their heart before they're destroyed forever. The way out of this is getting ready and admitting the universe is big and deep and broad and long and strong, and getting into it. Stop being afraid and looking down at the dirt. You should be staring into your grandmother's eyes and up at the universe forever. I 1,000,000,000% believe what I'm saying. Hell, everybody knows that. I just tell you what I'm really thinking.
Okay.
Wow.
We're live. Decide what side is back on Wednesday, April 28th. And you heard it, man. We're tired of masks. By the way, this is Chris from Austin with Wesley Boyd from Oregon. Mr. Boyd, how are you?
Oh, it's fine. Just trying to transcend over here.
Yeah, the video got a little, I guess, spiritual at the end. But
No, it's good.
yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I didn't expect it to go there.
Yeah.
The video is about masks, right? If we all know, or
It's just taking the mask off. They're unmasked. Anyway, so the whole so we have everybody getting the boot. People are getting the boot of the state to the face right now. Rudy Giuliani's getting raided. Nick Fuentes is on no-fly list. And what have they done? Are they international criminals, drug runners, child molesters? Nope. They just have the wrong ideas.
man, for real.
Yeah. Oh, it's because Nick Fuentes was inside the Capitol, people will say. Well, he never went inside. He went where you're allowed to be. So him and a million other people should, I guess, are just as guilty. Rudy Giuliani, what'd he do? Oh, they think he's involved in Ukrainian corruption. So they raid his apartment and his office.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Nick Fuentes is just like a college kid type.
It's not even college. He's like 20, 21.
That's what
he's
I'm
just
saying.
like
He's like that type. I know whether he's in college or not. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, this dude is who you're scared of. He's not even like. I mean, no offense to Nick Fuentes. I'm just saying.
He's
he's
a commentator. That's the thing. He's a commentator. That's just like, he's powerful, in his own way.
He's like a Ted Cruz. If Ted Cruz was a millennial or a generation.
No. You need to listen to Nick. You need to listen to Nick Fuentes. No, you don't know. No, he's actually more. He's way better on most issues than any conservative, and he goes after Conservative Inc. He's like, and everybody gives him crap because he thinks that we shouldn't give all our money to Israel and that we shouldn't have unlimited immigration from the third world. He thinks and he does think America was actually made for the descendants of the European settlers, So like, and that's a different talk altogether. But he doesn't want to radically change it. He's not a fascist. He just has his arguments, and he's all America first. That's his show, and that's what he does. All America first.
Okay,
and he's way more. Yeah, so because he was going to Florida to do a rally with Michelle Malkin and Laura Loomer and a few other people.
Everything, pretty much.
Yeah, and she can't buy a gun. Oddly enough, so not a single felony or anything on her record, but she's not allowed to buy any kind of gun. But anyway, they're gonna go to a rally that was about big tech censorship, how that new bill in Florida has no teeth, and how it doesn't do things to people who've been banned or anything, and everybody was going to go protest it. And he goes to get on a flight, and all of a sudden, whoa, he's on no-fly list. He tries again, no fly, and they say the same thing. He tries to ask why, and of course, they can't tell him why. So now he's got to file a civil lawsuit in the Court of Appeals, I believe. Like, if they reject to hear his case, it's ridiculous. He has to go to the final court of remedy to even figure out anything about the no-fly list. Like, how messed up is that? Like, you shouldn't have to go to the final step first for anything in this country.
Yeah, I think the point is there is no more law, people. There is no more law. We're already in that point of time where, what was it, Lenin took over and he got control of some parts, but now he's going for everybody else. So they already got New York. They already got California.
Germany had a pretty cool constitution too.
Yeah.
You know.
And Germany was like the epitome of culture and civilization before.
Yeah. And now
they were like
and
supposedly like the best music, best art, best movies of the few that there were, machinery and design and shit. And then Hitler came with socialism.
Yeah, well, Germany's always been central location with a long coastline, right? So they're in the middle of Europe, so they get the best of everything. There's ideas, people immigrating in. They say, "Oh, like the Germans built this." Well, that was a Finnish guy. Well, a descendant from a Finnish guy who moved here 100 years ago, or whatever.
You're saying
no, it's just no, it's just like the Germans. Like, it's a central location. They expand everybody. They mix and match. So it's like it's going to be a natural place where genius is going to flow, right? So and
like my Finnish ancestor.
No, I'm not Finnish. Fuck that. No, but anyway. So
that's interesting.
Yeah,
I do remember.
Yeah, but
a lot of people would move there, like to Berlin, like a bunch of French people, and then like refugees and stuff.
It was high culture, high class food. Good alcohol, good social culture. Yeah,
and drugs,
good inventions, industry. Yeah, and then turned to drugs and sex, and that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but supposedly in Berlin you could get a mother-daughter prostitute team.
Yeah, ew. Family friendly.
No, I'm
family friendly. Family friendly.
Those are the conditions of the times. That was Berlin, and I feel like that's why they went through so much hardcore shit. It's got to be said during World War
I thought you were saying prostitution right now. Anyway.
No, but now it's rampant.
So my point with I guess the point with Germany is, they had a constitution, but guess what? They had a provision for an emergency.
Right.
And guess what? They declared an emergency, and now at least they had a constitution. Now it's just like, now we're just gonna kind of fiat it. We're all just gonna know it's a fraud, know it's all BS. But we're just shut up, go to work, put on a mask. Or stay home, maybe. The virus doesn't know when it's night. It doesn't know when it's daytime. That's why there's a curfew. It gets fooled. If you build a structure outside of a restaurant that's walled off, temperature controlled, and has a roof on it, coronavirus is fooled, dude. It's like, whoa, that's not indoors. I can't go in there, dude. So that it makes sense. So yeah. Anyway,
the globalists are making their move, and we keep saying this, right? But I mean, this is where you can see 1984, the movie in real life. Literally, not a joke. I mean, did you ever think America's top academic institutions like Harvard and Yale would be pushing for censorship and pushing for everybody to get vaccinated? And
right.
Like they've taken over and now they're making us seem like the crazy ones, and it all happened like in a very sneaky way. Oh, I was also gonna add, when 9/11 happened, George Bush put into effect this state of emergency, right? That has been kept on ever since 9/11 happened. We've been operating technically, legally, we've been operating under a state of emergency the whole time, which means at any point the government can come take your car and say, "Hey, it's an emergency. Government needs it. F you." Remember we read that document where they like reaffirmed that with the coronavirus, the lockdown in Oregon?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's just it's a totalitarian's wet dream, dude.
Yeah, it was a continuity of government thing, and Obama renewed it, and then Donald Trump renewed it. So I'm just saying that doesn't mean
but
evil or whatever.
Yeah. Well, most people are stupid. They think, oh, you have to make sure the government can always operate or else it'll be total chaos. It's like, okay, so what? The government, as long as the central government operates, everything else can go to hell. That's what continuity of government is. Everything else goes to hell. The central government can stay in control and make sure everything's right. And that's the whole point itself. Shouldn't it be the opposite? Shouldn't we harden our towns and counties and everything? And if the federal government goes down, be like, oh well, we're still communicating, especially now, dude. Like me and you're in Austin, I'm in Oregon. I'm pretty sure our counties can figure out a way to have a mutual defense between all the counties between us. I'm pretty sure we can communicate together. Wouldn't be that difficult. Why do we need the federal government if there's an emergency? Why can't we all have little militaries? Why can't we all be armed? And it's like, cool, DC's gone? Whatever.
Yeah, they really took over, man. And when the Civil War happened, that was like power consolidating from state or
right
to federal level. And that also happened in Germany.
Yeah.
In Europe.
And it's all
Italy, there was various states that became one. That's when Germany was forged.
And guess who? And guess what they all have in common?
What?
They were all British intelligence.
Dang.
Essentially, before British intelligence was British intelligence. Before oh yeah, the Civil War. That was Lincoln. You can find writings of his. He's like, well, yeah, to a certain degree. Really? Just the Rothschilds and the big bankers and all that. Yeah. It's all these things. But Lincoln was really scared of the British coming in and taking back over, and the British were funding the Confederacy, and the Confederacy was going to let them have they're going to let them have New Orleans, I think. What? And they were going to let him let him have up northern Maine or something like that for the ports. And then the British were just going to take it over anyway. And the Confederates take over, or at least destroy the country enough to where it's destabilizes it.
The Confederacy had a lot of money before. They were
and they burnt it up.
They had money, and they lost a lot of livestock, a lot of the farm.
They didn't have industry. They had to ship everything from Britain. They got a lot of firearms from Britain. Or if they didn't have those,
blockaded, right?
Yeah, they tried and they still got there. It's just a complex way, But
Robert E. Lee was a badass. I mean, everybody should read about that dude.
Yeah, no, everybody in that whole thing was manipulated, dude. I can't really blame everybody, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, well, that's a really manipulated situation. We can't just take it on face value and say this is how we do things. It's like, wait, let's get the whole story out there.
Yeah.
And it was British intelligence. The Confederacy wouldn't have felt confident doing what it did without British intelligence backing them up. Like, dude, we'll give you guns and supplies if you just do this. We'll make sure you win. We'll fund you.
I think they were like deceived.
No, they were just. It just didn't work out for the
They
British. The British were trying to take over for a long time. You know, after the Revolutionary War, what happened? The War of 1812.
Right.
They were pissed.
That's where
And they tried to do it with the Civil War in the 1860s. That's when you get like the Frankfurt School and all that from Germany, and the psychologists starting, and all the people the manipulation. You know, the globalists started taking over, so they tried to manipulate. They used British intelligence saying, we need to have secrets and, you know, an intelligence network. So then, therefore, they got to go around and do whatever they want and be completely secret, and nobody got to ask them why and what. Nobody got to interrogate them. They had a free pass. So what's that going to breed? Just like our CIA today. It's just going to breed shenanigans and chicanery.
Yeah, man. The intelligence agencies have been running things for a long time, and that's not saying
Don't
like,
trust spooks.
Yeah, and man, and then when you see that the intelligence agencies are all involved in like the occult and like hardcore black magic, and like we've got the documents where like the CIA was like studying, you know, psychic. The point is, we're dealing with some really messed up people here. We're not dealing with just you know, bureaucrats who are bored, who are office
Right.
people. You know, these people have an agenda.
Right. I like somebody told me when when George Bush Sr., they're like, the only thing that people don't like him for is was when he was in the CIA, when he was the director of the CIA, and that was the only cloak and dagger stuff he did. Like, totally dismissing, like, yeah, he's the head of the CIA, but that doesn't mean anything. It's like, if you're head of the CIA, you are garbage. You are a spook. You are not to be trusted. And I don't understand why that's so hard for you to believe. And it's just like, oh, well, there's good people and bad people in the CIA. And all. It's like, I don't care. Like, the minute you like start running drugs and children, I don't care if you're a good CIA agent.
What if they repented and turned from the drugs? Only drugs, no child abuse.
What?
I mean, you would like forgive him, right?
That's not for me to do at that point.
Dang, Wesley.
That's not for me to do. You know, cool. You can make up for it the rest of your life. I don't know if I can forgive you because I don't know what they did. I don't know what fucked up shit they are. They lying to me? They made done.
What if it was just flying the airplane, like from Colombia to Mexico?
You're part of the CIA. You'll get yours. Like, I don't know. God will judge you. I'm not saying that they're gonna. I'm not saying they're all gonna get punished equally, but you're gonna get punished.
You think there's like karma to it?
No, it's just God. It's just an accounting. When you die, there'll be an accounting, right?
Yeah, I totally believe that.
So it's like, boom. So whatever that looks like, that's not for me to decide. I am one point of perception around this whole universe, dude.
By the way, people, decide what side. Subscribe, comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff.
Right.
The links that are right here.
Right. Anyway.
Bottom. Check them out.
Right.
I'll update y'all. Yeah, dude. Psychopaths are in charge, and let's speaking of psychopaths, we've got Biden all over the place today, man. This is some crazy stuff. This was actually this week. And he had been hiding. Like, we were wondering what was going on with him. he gave the State of the Union. I don't know if you saw it. I haven't seen anything, but I heard there was some like big stunts or gimmicks from the Democrats. What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, it's like, are you talking to Casper?
Yes. Sorry, I'm not used to this sensitive of a mic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it picks up, man. You're good. You're good. I'm sure we'll get a comment. Nah. Everybody, check out Joe Biden. This should be the dumbass of the day, but it's kind of early. Maybe I'll just play it anyway.
Do it.
Okay. And we've also got his son up to no good. Man, it's crazy because Hunter was like doing crack and banging hookers and having kids in public and
Banging his dead brother's wife, you know?
yes.
It's like, it's great. And now he's going to be speaking at a college about fake news because apparently he was a victim of fake news, even though the laptop was, you know, proven to be his, even though, you know, his dad admitted that he did wrong and got him off. It's like, we're not going to worry about that, though.
Okay.
So he's get to.
Yeah, my bad.
You're good. Go ahead. If you got the video, go for it.
Yeah, I hope it's on this one because sometimes.
Will you make it faster for them to get the vaccine? The vaccines we will get soon.
Dude, this is video edited.
They're suffering at this moment. What do you say to the folks in India? Will you make it?
I'm sorry. This is the last question I'll take, and I'm really going to be in trouble. With regard to India, I spoke at length with Modi, the Prime Minister.
This doesn't look like Biden.
We are sending immediately a whole series of help that he needs, including providing for
He looks horrible,
those
man.
remdesivir and other drugs that are able to deal with this and prevent, in some cases, but help recovery.
Dude, is he
secondly,
blind?
we are sending the actual mechanical parts that are needed for the machinery they have to build a vaccine. That's being done as well.
You know, I would trust him to like count out the bingo numbers. Like he could be the confident dude who like makes announcements at the old folks' home. You know, he could be that speaker, but it's like not the president.
As the greeter, but then every 10 minutes they gotta like turn him around because he's like facing the wall.
Well,
like,
all right, more.
Welcome to Walmart. At the wall, and they're like, "Oh, hey, go flip him over, go get Joe."
Well, on a more serious level, you know, it's like, okay, you have someone like Putin and you have someone like Trump. Like, just think about those dudes as a male. It's like, go up and kick one of their ass. Just go up and kick his ass. Like, you're hesitant. Even if you're a badass, you're like, either one of them, you're like, It's like it's just like, I at least expect that from a president. But this dude looks like he's about ready to fall over. Stuttering. Or shit, like his State of the Union address or his joint address or some shit like that. It's not even the State of the Union anymore.
Wait, he gave it to what was it? It was a CGI edited like this interview.
No, he was there. He was there.
Let me play.
But anyway, go ahead.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
AstraZeneca, will you make it faster for them to get the vaccine? The vaccines we will get soon.
I can't even talk.
India, they're suffering at this moment. What do you say to the folks in India? Will you make it?
I'm sorry. This is the last question I'll take. And
why is he glowing?
I'm really going to be in trouble. With regard to India, I spoke at length, which I'll take, and I'm really going to be in trouble.
Wow.
India, they're suffering at
What do you
this
say to the
moment.
folks in
Will you
India?
make it?
I'm sorry. This last question I'll take, and I'm really going to be in trouble. With regard to India,
Whoa. There you have it.
In
folks.
trouble with
You're really
who?
gonna be in trouble. Yeah, with who? The devil? With Lucifer? Nah. I don't know, man. I mean, seriously, the way things are.
Right.
I'm not saying he's directly
Right.
communicating with him. Who knows, actually?
Yeah. Well, on that note, you have India. They're sending vaccines over there. So they're sending vaccines over there to kill the people. It's going to be great.
Yeah, there was a whole controversy because, as I believe, they were saying Bill Gates said, no, we can't just give the vaccine to the poor. And the leftist media was, oh, Bill Gates sucks. Look, everybody's turning on him. He says we can't give death injections for free. And everyone was like, oh, Bill Gates, you have all this money and you're so stingy. Why don't you give vaccines to the poor? Why don't you alter their DNA and give them polio? But
Right.
no, yeah, but did you see that? Everybody was like, Bill Gates sucks. He doesn't want to give out death injections.
Yeah.
Weird world.
And it's crazy. You see CNN, or was it New York Post, I think. They had people are dying from starvation and malnutrition on the streets of India, and they're like, there's like a dead person on the street, and someone's crying over him, and they say, Corona ravaging India. And it's like, no, it's the freaking shutdown. They have no food.
Right. India got devastated by the lockdowns. I mean, what do you think happened?
It's already a poor country. It's already a bunch of poor people living in squalor. I mean, it's all artificial. India, they just need to let India loose. If they could just cut Indians loose and everybody have like the same opportunity, dude, it would be one of the richest countries on the planet. Huh?
The British Crown still runs it?
Oh, I'm sure to some degree, but it's like it's their caste system too. On top of that,
India's only been independent for like so long.
Yeah. Well, the British Crown liked the caste system. It worked well with the monarchy.
And I read that on the way out by the 1600s when the British were like starting to show up.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then the British came in and reestablished it.
Yeah.
But boom, bitch.
And brought it back in style. And they
hat trick.
Which is crazy because to me they're all like the same skin color. But
yeah, no, there's different. Okay, cool. If there's different people who are different intelligence, that's fine. But it's like don't just push everybody down in squalor. Just let everybody loose and like have the richest country on the freaking planet. How about that?
People used to think my dad was Indian, man. A lot of Mexicans look.
Don't go come again.
Hey, nah, I don't care. I think it's stupid how they got rid of Apu from,
right,
him.
Dude. Okay, my point with that, okay. Oh, so the one dude who came to America made enough money to buy a business. Now he gets up at freaking 4 a.m. to feed these stupid ass people who live there. Has always a smile on his face. Works all the time. Never leaves. Like never fucking leaves. Lives in a small apartment, and then he has 8 children, and he still works there. It's just like, yeah, okay, yeah. Let's remove him. Let's remove a good example of a good immigrant, a good person of color. I hate that term, person of color. It's retarded.
No, I don't like it either. I think it's stupid.
It's racist. It's just as racist as colored people.
So I use it to my advantage when suitable. Yes.
Our dumbass leftists are. They're dumbass leftists anyway. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. You're right, man.
Anyway, so.
Oh yeah,
Rudy Giuliani.
Actually.
Anyway, what?
Biden, his son. That'll be the dumbass of the day.
You dumbass.
Everybody, check this out. Fresh news. We already talking about this, but I gotta say, man, Tulane University. What the hell is going on here? Tulane University will actually be paying former crackhead and sex addict Hunter Biden.
Former.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, he still is.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I don't believe. Even if he said he got over it, I don't believe it.
Man, I know he's smoking rocks in the White House. Well, we've got.
Dude, he looks high as he looks high in every interview he does.
Right, he does. He does. That one where he's like, I don't know why he's even doing interviews, but he comes off as really weird, like as like pedophile-ish, you know. And he's old too. Check it out,
dude.
Joe Biden, Steven Spawn, Hunter will guest teach a class on fake news at Tulane University. How is this man qualified for this job?
The story of his life, dude.
They're like, hey, he was smoking.
I don't know how.
Not meth. They lie.
I don't know how. I don't know, man. Maybe it's the new diversity hire rules. You know, you need a crackhead. You need a drug addict pervert on your staff, or else you're not diverse enough.
Whatever.
And Dr. Biden, hey!
Man, seriously.
I can do some good interviews, and I can work, more than most crackheads. So, I'm pretty good.
This just smells like a money laundering operation. Like, Tulane's like, hey, we'll give you this much money. You teach a bullshit class, say whatever you want. You can show up high if you want. And then somehow some government official does something for them. It's just like, that's the thing. It's just like these people, these universities, they get all these endowments from the government. So then they use them to to bribe people close to the president so that he gets them more government favors that get them more money, essentially. It's like, what? Man, I just think Hunter Biden is like a disgusting person, man. That dude is just so removed from God, you know.
Well, the inauguration, dude, the whole inauguration thing when Hunter Biden was holding a baby and all that, it's like, and then this, like he's teaching a class about fake news. It's more about rubbing it in your face than anything. Someone there in Tulane is some Satanist, some globalist who thinks it's hilarious to have Hunter Biden come in. And he knows there's enough dumbass professors, who watch CNN and they're just like, oh, okay. You know, yeah, Hunter Biden news, fake news, no evidence. See, let's get him talking about fake news. And I'm like, you think that's an exaggeration? It's not. I know one. Literally watches fake news, watches CNN all day, watches CNN, not all day, watches CNN when they're at home, has it on all the time, and listens to NPR in their car. And that's it.
Who?
I'm just like a professor, a college professor. So it's just like, it's not a cliche that these people only listen to NPR and CNN, people. Like, come on. And now Hunter Biden's going to go be a speaker. Going to go teach a class about fake news.
Yeah, and what are his qualifications? Every job he's had has been like some side gig that his dad's friends got him. You know, this dude was born. It's like how, what's that Italian dude that goes on InfoWars that hosts the 4th hour sometimes? Celente. It's like Gerald Celente says. He was born on third base and thought he hit a home run.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. This dude, all he did was smoke crack and make money off like the corruption of, influence peddling, I believe is the word. Like
Right.
he'll go to Russia, Ukraine. Hey, give me money. You have access to Joe Biden.
Right.
And you
And-
pay me enough, I'll give you pictures of him with a child.
And he's a cliche. He's such a cliche of like a senator's son being corrupt. Like you'd think they'd want to be at least a little bit more coy about it, a little more low key about it.
Let me read
Nah.
you his resume.
What is it?
His resume. Hunter's resume includes crawling around on the floor, rummaging for crack, getting kicked out of the Navy for cocaine use, making homemade porn with his dead brother's wife, partying with prostitutes, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars at strip clubs, and working as his VP father's bagman as part of an international money laundering operation. Oh, and also banging Malia Obama. Gotta say that.
He what?
Yeah, didn't you see the pictures?
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll believe you.
Yeah, well, the girl had like a mole on her thigh, and it looked like one that Malia Obama, the picture shows she's got it at the beach. Paparazzis took it. So what can we do?
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They're just adopted anyway.
And also there was
I don't believe her that Michelle Obama's, milk chocolate skin with Obama's mulatto skin. I don't believe that they made
those words.
Oh, shut up. I don't believe that they made those two super dark girls. I don't believe it. Sorry. So it's like I believe they're adopted anyway. A tranny can't have a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, here we go again. Man, Michael Obama, man. Seriously, that's not even like a debate. But anyway.
Just a roll of quarters, dude.
We always end up back at Michael Obama's flashlight in his
Dude,
pocket.
it's just a roll of quarters for doing laundry.
Man.
What's so funny, dude? What's so funny about roll of quarters and a flashlight?
Right, man. Seriously.
My favorite skit that Steven Crowder ever did was they're doing a Photoshop or a reel, and they did Michelle and Barack Obama paddling down a river. Barack, he's just kind of chilling, whatever, and she's like just like some linebacker, and then they photoshopped it, but they made her slimmer. And they were like, no, it's real. It looks real because, it looks like a woman and everything. She's just grunting and going, and Obama's being a lazy asshole. Where it's like, no, we just made her thinner. It's like,
Jesus, right?
And remember, Obama had a friend who played football in college named Michael. So remember that.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, there's pictures of him standing next to him.
What?
Yeah.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, dude, it's just a coincidence. Don't worry about it.
Wait, does it look like the other Michael?
Uh-huh. That's why he tripped up and said Michael at one time.
More than once.
That's why. Because he knew him as Michael for so long.
What?
Pull the picture up. Pull the picture up. People won't believe us.
I'm kind of looking it up. It doesn't look very clear, but anyway, to wrap up this other thing about Hunter Biden, it's supposedly the class will explore the current state of media landscape in the United States and how media polarization, fake news, and the economics of news business impact public policy making in Washington, D.C. In other words, hey, my nudes got leaked, and then I couldn't get money for like a few months. And
Bro,
I had to cut my crack. Okay.
I had to cut back.
And
so yeah, no, it's all about throwing it in your face. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, she's a giant woman.
Jesus Christ. Well, there is this picture here, but I think it's
yeah, it's Photoshop. No, Barack's standing around like doing his activism thing with his friends in a black and white picture. I don't know. We'll have to find it later. But it is there, and there was a guy named Michael.
Oh, that's crazy.
So whatever, and it looks a lot like Michelle. And we know that sorry. Look up here. Now we know though that a lot of the Nazis were taken to Argentina where they got massive plastic surgery. Stuff that was, at the time it was 30, 40 years ahead of its time. So, intelligence agency, they could do a lot.
Yeah, I heard about that. Some assassins get plastic surgery.
Yeah. So what's to say she wasn't the front. It's like, we're going to make this kid president in 20 years. You want to be a woman? Or you're going to be a woman. You have no choice. Or, hey, I always wanted to be a woman. Hey, you can do it for you can do it for communism now.
Every time she talks, it sounds like she's faking it. But
right. And she has good, and she just has good surgery. She has good, hormone therapy. Not like Caitlyn Jenner. The party don't stop till I come in. Like, that's literally what. It's just like, it just sounds. Good to see ya, he says. Just like, and that's supposed to be a woman standing up there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I feel like he probably just got compromised into that situation.
Yeah, I don't know.
Look, you've got two with children doing crack. So you either do this and
or anyway, are you good to wrap up there?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to Decide What Side on Rumble, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, DLive, Locals. Check out Locals because I've been putting videos on there.
Yeah.
We're trying to make Locals pop off.
Yep. Some of these accounts. Yep. Some of the accounts are placeholders, so they're not post. We don't post there all the time.
Yes. Yes, they are. Very good.
So anyway, but
Decide What Side.
Welcome.